Yo, what up, YouTube? It's an episode of Clocked In. So, I was watching a podcast the other day, and they was asking, can a street nigga or a hood nigga have a legit job? And there was a couple of things I seen on there as far as the comments and the content of the person that uploaded this video. He was saying like, yeah, but a lot of the comments were saying, no, you would actually have to be in the streets or have some type of interaction with the streets to understand that the whole point of being in the streets is to get out the streets. Everybody that get out the streets don't make it out the streets the way I was able to. It's either you going to jail or you dying. What changed me in the streets was I learned early, after my daughter was born and after being shot, that the streets ain't had no love. After being locked up, nobody sent nobody no money or me no money. My brother, he was locked up for 10, ain't nobody sent him no money but us, the family. So the streets don't love you. I learned early and I got the fuck up out of there. But yeah, street niggas can have jobs. But street niggas change. Some learn earlier than others, some learn too late. Every real nigga that went to jail as a street nigga and got out, he ain't go back to the streets unless he was retarded. Nigga got out, they worked for their uncle that had a lawn care business or worked on homes or houses or got into a corporation or a job that a family member could get them in because they a felon. You know what I'm saying? So hell yeah, if you did that time and you found out the streets ain't love you, street niggas can hide jobs. And I think a lot of people, they get washed up into the streets because of, I don't think it started in homes. I think that every mother and father or every single father, parent, and every single mother parent want their kids to be the best that they could be. You know what I'm saying? That's why they brag when they get all A's on their report card, merit roll, you know what I'm saying? But the parent is not the cause of your kid being whatever the fuck they gonna be when they become an adult. You know what I'm saying? So we can't blame the parents on the shit that goes on with our kids. As parents, we give them the best life that we can possible. We show them the ways that we went through, or we don't show them, let me take that back, we don't show them, but we talk to them, you know what I'm saying? And I think we get it fucked up because we know how we was raised and we was brought up. We don't want to cage them in, and I think we get it confused because we want to be parents, but we also don't want to be too strict on them. So we give them a little leeway as far as where they looking at it like we a friend, and it's a thin line there because it's like, damn, I don't want them to hide nothing from me. So I try to be cool when they friends come around. I don't want to be too strict. And it's a thin motherfucking line. I don't know how everybody raised their kids. I guess it's different for everybody, so I can't really speak on that. But just off of knowledge, you know what I'm saying? How my parents was. I think anybody in my generation. I was born in '87, so anybody in my generation can understand. Like, our parents was a little more stricter. The community was a little more stricter. You know, we was the generation, maybe the last motherfucking generation that was able to sleep with our screen door open. You know what I'm saying? In the summertime, niggas hoods, it was hoods against hoods, but niggas in your hood was niggas in your hood. You ain't have to worry about a nigga breaking in your shit or nothing like that back then. Like, we used to sleep with the screen door, you know, in the summertime, door open, screen door. You know what I'm saying? All the windows open with the fan and them bitches. We ain't gotta worry about nigga kicking our fan out, coming through the window, and none of that shit. We acting up in the neighborhood, the neighbor calling our mama type shit, you know what I'm saying? So it was different for us. Now you can't do no shit like that. So back to what I was saying. So it's it's kind of hard us as parents now because it's a thin line between how we raise our kids. But I think that now we want our kids to live their best life, but also live the life that wasn't as available to us as it is to them. They got so much information that they don't have to wait for an answer. You could go get it yourself. It's not as locked down as it was back when we was young, and I think that's a big problem. Our kids have too much access. They have too much access to violence, to sex, to drugs, um, and it's crazy. It's sad. Um, Me as a father, as a stepfather, I done lost babies. I done lost kids. Um, I done been in jail. I done been shot. I done been betrayed. I done worked jobs. I done sold drugs. I done did it all. I done cheated, been cheated on. No, and at that point, no matter how masculine I am, how alpha male I am, how lion-hearted I am, I'm no different than the next nigga that eat, sleep, bleed, and die. As me, is always somebody motherfucking better. You know what I'm saying? It's always somebody better. There's always somebody less than. But I feel like a man move not based on motherfucking emotions or feelings. We logical and we factual, and that's how we move. It's a lot of femininity in our young men today, and there's a lot of bullshit being taught to our young men. And I think that us as men, the ones that's I don't want to say like me, because like I said, I eat, sleep, bleed, and die the same way any other nigga do. But I would like to say, I think that any masculine man that has morals, class, value, understand logically and factually how the world is now from back when we was coming up, that our society, our culture, our world is in jeopardy. Um, I watch a lot of videos, and I see a lot of black men and black women that's just at it, man. It's versus. I think we need to get back to a place where black men and black women coming together. Is too much diversity for the black man alone. Us as black men are back against the wall, y'all. And I understand, because I'm living proof, I'm living testimony that us as black men, it's us against the world. And it always been us against the world, but at one point in time we had our women behind us. But now our women are against us, to the point where we going outside of our race to find women that's gonna back us. We are at war with the world and our women. And with that comes a war with our children, us as black men. We have no say over our children. We have to ask permission for every fucking thing, no matter what it is. And we never right. It's always a justification, and we have no say. Our back been against the wall for 400 years. And even though we get jobs, is only enough. but it's not enough. It's enough for us as men, but it's not enough for our women. Is you not making enough? You're not doing enough. You're not bringing in enough. But this is what's available for me, and I'm to the point where I understand now. I understand my silence to the world, to my family, to my relationship is my tiredness. I'm tired of fighting the world. I'm tired of fighting the white man. I'm tired of fighting my kids, baby mamas, family, and women in the black community. So now I just move in silence. I speak when it's appropriate and not just because. I thought I started YouTube for niggas that's living like me. Niggas that's trying to be good, that's trying to be a provider and a protector. And you only get looked at as what you are, a black man. And if you take man out of it, black alone, just the color, is plain, dark, deaf, blind, bad, erased. And so you put that word in front of us, and that's what we are. We are being erased. We are being abolished. We are being conquered, manipulated, feminized, and there's not many of us left. And it's sad to say, you know what I'm saying? We need our culture back. We need our women back. And once we work on getting that back, then we need our own. And when I say our own, I mean our own as far as government, land. And the more that I think about it, the more I get upset. But now I'm past the point of upset. I'm just tired, at ease, to the point where I understand so much that one man can't do it, two men can't do it, but it's gonna take a big chunk of us. And no disrespect, we don't need that community, the alphabet community. We need our community, men, masculine, strong, traditional men. We need to go back to the days where if you moved funny in any type of way, then you had to hide that shit. Because if you didn't, you couldn't come outside, nigga. And we need to get back to that. So the introduction to this podcast, to this show, and I'm only doing it one way. I'm doing it the original way, on my phone, clocked in at work. And that's why it's called Clocked In. This how we gonna do it. Peace, love, and respect to my black women and men. Tune in for the next episode. This is just the introduction. Holla.